The Kaaba, a big cube-shaped building in the middle of Mecca, is not just an architectural marvel but a profound symbol of faith for Muslims around the world. It is super important to Muslims, serving as the focal point of their prayers and spiritual lives. Muslims all over the world face it when they pray 5 times a day, a practice that unites them in a shared direction and purpose. The Kaaba represents unity and faith, reminding us of Abraham and his unwavering beliefs. It is a symbol that transcends time, connecting the past with the present. It's a really important part of Islam, not just as a physical structure, but as a spiritual beacon. The Kaaba is more than just a building. It is a place where millions of Muslims gather, especially during the Hajj pilgrimage, to perform rituals that have been carried out for centuries. It's like the spiritual heart of Islam, representing God and unity for Muslims. The rituals performed here are acts of devotion and submission to God. Millions of Muslims visit the Kaaba every year, walking around it as a way to show their love and devotion to God. This act, known as tawaf, is a powerful expression of faith and unity. But Islamic eschatology, which is the study of what happens at the end of the world, tells us that even this holy building will be destroyed one day. This prophecy is seen as one of the major signs that the day of judgment is coming, a reminder of the transient nature of the world. The destruction of the Kaaba is a significant event in Islamic teachings, symbolizing the end of an era and the beginning of a new one. The prophecy about the Kaaba being destroyed reminds us that everything in this world, even the most important and sacred things, will eventually come to an end. It serves as a powerful reminder of the impermanence of life and the importance of faith. Islamic eschatology is like a sneak peek into the future, showing us what will happen at the end of time. It's a complicated topic that uses verses from the Quran, the Holy Book of Islam, and the Hadith, which are the sayings and teachings of the Prophet Muhammad. A very important belief in Islamic eschatology is the Day of Judgment, when everyone will be judged for what they did in their lives. This day is the end of the world as we know it and the beginning of forever in the afterlife. There will be many big and small signs that the Day of Judgment is coming. These signs are warnings for people to be sorry for their bad deeds and start doing good things. The big signs of the end times will be huge events that will change the world completely. These events are not just minor disturbances, but cataclysmic occurrences that will alter the very fabric of our reality. These events are described in the Islamic holy books, and they paint a picture of a world in chaos, streets filled with panic, cities in disarray, and a general sense of fear and uncertainty will prevail. One of the most important signs is the coming of the Mahdi, a good leader who will come to earth to bring justice and fairness. The Mahdi will unite people under a banner of peace and righteousness, guiding them through these turbulent times. After the Mahdi, Jesus will come back from heaven to defeat the Antichrist, called Dajjal, who is a very bad and tricky person. This epic battle between good and evil will be a defining moment in human history, showcasing the ultimate triumph of virtue over vice. Other big signs include a beast that will come from the earth and talk to people, marking those who follow the Antichrist. This beast will serve as a clear indicator of who has chosen the path of darkness. The sun will rise from the west, which is really strange. This reversal of natural order will be a stark reminder that the end times are upon us, challenging our understanding of the world. A big cloud of smoke will cover the earth, making everyone scared and confused. This smoke will obscure the skies, creating an atmosphere of dread and uncertainty. These signs remind us that the world won't last forever. They serve as a wake-up call, urging us to reflect on our lives and our actions. They tell us to get ready for the afterlife by having strong faith, doing good deeds, and following God's will. In these times of uncertainty, our faith and actions will be our guiding light, leading us towards a better future beyond this world. One of the major signs of the end times is the destruction of the Kaaba. This sacred structure, located in the heart of Mecca, is the most revered site in Islam. Millions of Muslims around the world turn towards the Kaaba during their daily prayers, making it a symbol of unity and faith. The thought of its destruction is both shocking and deeply unsettling for believers. This is a very symbolic event that shows that faith is fading and the day of judgment is close. The destruction of such a central and holy site signifies a profound shift in the spiritual state of the world. It serves as a stark reminder that even the most sacred places are not immune to the passage of time and the trials of the end times. The Prophet Muhammad talked about this, saying, "The Kaaba will be destroyed by Dhul Suwayqatain." This prophecy has been passed down through generations, creating a sense of anticipation and concern among the faithful. The words of the Prophet hold significant weight, and this particular prophecy is one that has been the subject of much discussion and interpretation. Dhul Suwayqatain, which means the one with skinny shins, is a mysterious person. His identity remains unknown, shrouded in mystery and speculation. Some believe he will emerge from obscurity, while others think he may already be among us, waiting for the right moment to fulfill his role in this prophecy. Scholars aren't sure who he is. They have debated his origins and intentions for centuries, with no clear consensus. Some suggest he may be a symbolic figure rather than a literal person, representing the forces that will lead to the Kaaba's destruction. Some think he will be related to the Ethiopian king Abraha, who tried to destroy the Kaaba with elephants a long time ago. This historical event is often cited as a precursor to the prophecy, drawing parallels between past and future attempts to bring down the sacred structure. The prophecy says that Dhul Suwayqatain will come from Ethiopia and take the Kaaba apart, brick by brick, until it's completely gone. This methodical destruction is seen as a deliberate act to erase the physical symbol of Islamic faith, leaving a void that signifies the end of an era. This terrible act will bring a time of great sadness and spiritual darkness. The loss of the Kaaba will be felt deeply by Muslims worldwide, marking a period of mourning and reflection on the transient nature of worldly things. The destruction of the Kaaba reminds us that even the holiest places won't last forever and that God is in control. It serves as a powerful reminder of the impermanence of all things and the ultimate authority of the divine. It shows us that this world is temporary and that we should focus on the afterlife. The prophecy encourages believers to strengthen their faith and prepare for the hereafter, emphasizing the importance of spiritual readiness in the face of inevitable change. Dhul Suwayqatain, the one who is said to destroy the Kaaba, is a big mystery. His name, which means the one with skinny shins, doesn't tell us much about who he is. Some scholars think he will be a person maybe related to the Ethiopian king Abraha, who tried to destroy the Kaaba long ago. Others think he might be a group of people, or even just a symbol of destruction. Even though we don't know who he is, one thing is for sure: what Dhul Suwayqatain does will be very important. When he destroys the Kaaba, it will be a time of great spiritual trouble. Faith will become weak, and the world will be filled with darkness. The prophecy about Dhul Suwayqatain reminds us that the end times will be a time of physical and spiritual trouble. It tells us to keep our faith strong even when things are hard and uncertain. The destruction of the Kaaba is very important in Islam. It doesn't just mean a building is destroyed, but that a whole era is ending. It will be a time when faith is tested like never before. Destroying the Kaaba is like attacking a holy place. It represents faith getting weaker, bad things spreading, and evil winning. This event reminds us that life on earth doesn't last forever, and we need to get ready for the afterlife. Also, the destruction of the Kaaba shows the Islamic belief that things are created and destroyed over and over. Just like God created the universe from nothing, he can destroy it and make a new one. So the end times are not just about destruction, but also about making things new again. The prophecy talks about Dhul Suwayqatain destroying the Kaaba in the future, but the Kaaba has been damaged and rebuilt many times in the past. In the year 570, a big flood destroyed the Kaaba, and it had to be rebuilt. When the Prophet Muhammad was alive, the Kaaba was damaged by fire and had to be rebuilt again. In 683, the Kaaba was damaged during a battle in Mecca and was rebuilt by the leader Abd al-Malik. These events show us that even though the Kaaba is holy, it can be damaged by nature or by people. They remind us that this world doesn't last forever and we should focus on eternity. The prophecy about the Kaaba being destroyed reminds us that this world is temporary and the day of judgment is coming. It tells all believers to think about their lives, make their faith stronger, and get ready for the afterlife. The destruction of the Kaaba, even though it's a terrible event, shouldn't make us sad. Instead, it should help us grow spiritually. It reminds us that real safety and forever life are not in this world but in the afterlife. As we live our lives, let's remember the lessons from Islamic eschatology. Let's try to live good lives, be kind and follow God, knowing that our real home is not on earth but in the afterlife.